12, 10, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
We interrupt this broadcast for an important presidential announcement.
Live simply so that others may simply live. Live simply so that others may simply live. Yes, I did just say that 2 times, and here's once more. Live simply so that others may simply live. That line is what will save us. That line is what will make our future better for my children and my grandchildren. That line is what we need to do. We are in a crisis. Wake up, America. Our climate is quickly changing for the worst. Examples in the past, such as the Little Ice Age, show how catastrophic this can be.
Introducing Dr. Ayute.
Do not let the name fool you. The Little Ice Age wasn't as little as you think. Recent historians and scientists have been studying this time period. Now, there's no agreed beginning to the Little Ice Age, but there are several time periods in between a certain time range. This was from 1250 to 1650. It has started after the medieval warm period. Does that sound familiar? One theory was that people believe that this was caused by decrease in solar activity. So less solar activity caused colder days. Colder days cooled the planet, obviously. So when rain started to increase around this time, snow and ice started to form due to these low temperatures. Now, due to the low temperatures, snow, and bad weather, my associates and I believe that is directly connected to the Black Plague. Now introducing my associate, Dr. Nye.
Hello. Also, the famine at this time was horrible. This was caused because the snow and the ice covered the crops and it blocked the trade routes, hurting the making and transportation of food. This is an excerpt from the story that was based around this time. It says, but there is something I have to tell you. While you were away, something happened, Lord Clovis said slowly. What is this? What is it? Beatrix said, confused. Lord Clovis cleared his throat and said, while you were away, the Black Plague has struck the outside wall of the manor. It killed most of the peasants. This tells us how people died because of the Black Plague, while what the Little Ice Age had caused. The reason all this is important is because most of us believe that the world is going through this again. The climate change is a natural process, not caused by man.
Once again, we must live simply so that others may simply live. If we don't act now, getting energy will be more expensive. The cost of food and basic necessities will become greater. The atmosphere will become more polluted. Sea levels will rise, and even more unpredictable consequences will occur. Most animals and plants will go extinct. There will be many storms and floods. Farming will be close to impossible. Another quote from the story is, and it's still raining. This is odd. It usually doesn't rain this much. It's ruining the crops. This really worries me because if we don't have our grain, there will be nothing to make bread with. Father also won't have any crops to sell at the market. It's really bad news if he has a bad year of crops. We won't be able to buy much of anything, so I pray the rain ends soon. This shows how farming will be close to impossible. Millions of people will die, as many as 300,000 by year 2030. The next morning, Hudson felt very ill. He didn't know why, but it was the mice in the barn that had given him the plague. He would soon die, although he didn't know it. Desiree was feeling ill as well. She too had the plague. This shows how disease will kill many. There will be over 1 billion homeless due to weather by 2050. The whole way the world works will break down. By this I mean the way government works will come to a halt, social classes will be demolished, and trade will be close to impossible. But how do we simply live? Albert Einstein coined the term, intellectuals solve problems, but geniuses prevent them. It's too late to be a genius, so we must be intellectuals. To simply live, we must...
40 years ago, I gave a speech, and you didn't listen. Now, we are in disaster. We have over 100 million people dead or injured. There are over 1 billion people homeless from the weather. The world is in chaos, and it is all because of you. You didn't listen. You didn't act. You didn't care. And now it is you and them that are suffering from your mistakes.
40 years ago, I gave a speech about how climate change was natural. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It was not natural. It was caused by humans.
And I'll tell you again, live simply so that others may simply live. Some people may say there's nothing we could have done or was hopeless from the beginning. But it wasn't. Yeah, we had to change our ways, but it would have paid off eventually. Well, now we're over. You could have done so much. You could have had government make mandates on using less power. You could have planted trees. You could have spent more on climate change research instead of war and all the fighting. You could have had more efficient cars. You could have done lots of little things around the house to reduce your carbon footprint. You could have changed your resources to hydro, wind, thermal, solar, anything else that's renewable. There were so many things you could have done. You didn't listen to the warning that showed how you could have learned from the Little Ice Age. You didn't listen to the plan. Because you didn't listen, ice caps melted, water levels rose. Because of this, the whole way of geography of the Earth was different. Species went extinct. Extreme weather started to occur. Do you remember Hurricane Katrina and all the looting that occurred? This is happening on a worldwide scale. Trees were cut down. Less oxygen was produced. Air pollutants reflected the sun's rays in space and dimmed the world. Buildings started to be destroyed. Farming halted. And people died. You didn't listen. Because of this, what is left of us are watching this broadcast. It's too late for us now. We've passed the point of no return, so I say to you, if you could go back, would you change your living habits? Would you make the world a better place? Would you be a genius? It's too late now. The world is falling apart, and will soon. Introducing Dr. Ayute.
Do not let the name fool you. The Little Ice Age wasn't as little as...
Introducing Dr. Ayute.
Do not... Wait.
Process not caused by man.
Do it.
I am Megatron. I am here to enslave the human race.
Oh my god.
I am sad to inform you that this may be our last episode.
Shane Bowling.
Under Warden.
And team leader.
Jesse Fawcett.
Let's go. Delicious.
Tasty.
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Without Sasquatch, I lost my leg.
Without Sasquatch, I'm not complete.
Without Sasquatch, I lost 15% of my car insurance.
Without Sasquatch, I forgot my lines. Winner of this broadcast for a message from the President.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Yes, we can.
From Illinois, his criteria compared to John McCain, this isn't fair, cause he's BLAC, so the eyes are on D through his
That's great.
I gotta watch that.
Yes. Okay.